you're going to begin in a standing position. We're going to begin with a little bit of elongation, so either using that chair with the wheels or a ball if you have it. Okay, so your feet are separated, hip distance apart. You're going to place your hands on the chair or on the ball, and you're going to roll it out ahead of you and really open up through those sitting bones, trying to reach. This is called Dolphin Tail. So you want to imagine you have a tail here and you're trying to flare it up towards the ceiling without arching the back. So you're reaching those arms out forward. The knees are nice and bent. And we're not just falling into your curves here. You're staying lifted up. Those left ribs have to work extra hard to stay drawn into the body. And I want you to just kind of sway your hips a little bit side to side. And this is great to do throughout the day just to decompress the spine after doing a lot of sitting. And then roll that ball back in, warrior chair, and roll it back out. Let the knees bend, arms reach out ahead. So you're reaching your tailbone away from your fingertips, staying supported in through the abdominals here. Trying to flare those sitting bones up towards the ceiling, so you should feel a big stretch in your hamstrings. And a little bit maybe up into the glutes. Good, keep the left ribs drawn into the body. Little tail wag here. And then roll it back in. And one more time. Roll it out. Reach the sitting bones away from the fingertips. Good, knees are a little bit bent. Try not to fall into the ribs. Stay supported in through the abdominals. Lengthen through the crown of the head, through both sides of the body. And roll it back in. Nice job. Go ahead and shake it out a little bit. Put your chair or your ball off to the side. Okay. I'd like you to bring your feet right underneath of you. Have to keep looking. If you are right or left hip glide, you are left. Elbows reaching wide out to the sides of the room. Find nice width through the back, width through the chest. And now you're going to glide your hips a little bit over to your right. Left ribs are drawn back. Right hip is drawn back. Good. Open up through the right shoulder and just drop your chin down slightly. You're going to rise up onto your tippy toes. Make your weight even in all 10 toes. And lower back down. Try to grow a little bit taller as you lower those heels. Good, and lifting up, floating out through the crown of the head. Good, and lower back down with control. So each time you lower your heels, I want you to imagine you're growing a little bit taller through the crown of the head. Taller, 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 good. And lift it up. And lower back down. And lift it up. Nice and tall, belly strong up towards the spine. And lower back down. Good. Little engagement through the glutes. Try not to overly clench them down. It's a good one to do in front of a mirror if you need to, just for some visual feedback. And raising up. And lowering down. And 2 more times. Lifting up. And lowering down. And 1 more time, raising up. And lowering down. Good, go ahead and relax arms, shake it out. A lot of work through the legs there. Okay. So now we're going to do those reverse lunges. Your hands are on top of your shoulders and you're making sure that you're not sinking into your left hip. So you're going to step your left foot back. You could be close by something for balance. And drop straight down, pull back through the belly button, and step it together. Good, so step it back and drop it down. Try to hug that hip in and back together. Back, drop it down, and together. Good. Relax the shoulders. Make sure the left ribs are drawing back. The right hip is drawing back. Good. And then as you feel a little bit stronger, you might be able to eventually just hover this foot as you step it back. But you know, that's just the next step. And don't worry about it if you can't do it today. You'll get there, okay? So, we're going to do the other side. Hands up onto the hips, shoulders, and you're going to step your right foot back, drop it down. Okay, so keep that left hip hugged and back together. Lift out tall through the crown of the head. Step the foot back and bend and back together. Step it back, drop it down and together. Good, 2 more times. And as you feel stronger, you can hover that foot, but really make sure you're not falling into your hip. Keep it hugged in. Use the strong muscle at the side of the seat to keep yourself supported. Good, 1 more time. Drop it down. And back together, good. Shake it out. And now we are on to hands and knees. So I want you to drop down onto your elbows here. You're finding length through the crown of the head. You're going to extend your right leg back behind you, okay? So you're trying to stay supported. Lift the left ribs up into the body. And now I just want you to press into that foot, press into your elbows, and you're going to bring that knee to a hover and lower back down. Inhaling. And exhale, press and hover. Make sure you're not tipping your hips over to the side. Inhale, lower. Exhale. Make sure those left ribs aren't falling down towards the floor. Good. And exhale and hover. Inhale down. And exhale and hover. Inhale down. So you're initiating that movement with your core, okay? You're not just using your hip flexor there. It will be working, but that's not the main focal point there. So extend your left leg back behind your toes or tucked under. Press into the arms. Get those left ribs lifted up into the body and bring your right knee to a hover. Exhale. Inhale, lower. And exhale. That belly's pulling in super strong towards the spine, so much so that that knee comes to a hover. And exhale, press. Inhale, lower. Good, 2 more times. Exhale and press. Inhale, lower. And 1 more time, exhale and press. Inhale, lower. Nice job. Go ahead and sit your hips back, give yourself a little rest. Good, roll out the shoulders. Okay, so now we're going to work on those side planks. I want you to come down on to your left elbow, right elbow for you, right elbow. We're going to reach your top arm up towards the ceiling. Okay, right elbow. All right, now let's actually reach that arm overhead here. And you're going to lift your hips up and hold this position here. We're going to reach this arm down to the hip and up overhead. And down to the hip and up overhead. Good, 2 more times. And last time. Good. And lower the hips down. We're going to stay propped up onto this elbow. Extend your top leg nice and straight. And find your long spine. You're going to lift this leg up and lower back down. So we're keeping nice length through the top side and the bottom side of the waist. Exhale and lift. And lower. Exhale, lift. And lower. Pull back through the belly button. Two more times. And last time. Good, nice job. All right, other side. So you're going to swing your legs around. You're on your other elbow. Top arm is reaching up to the ceiling. You're going to lift your hips up and I want you to hold this position. Arm reaches overhead and down to the hips. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Good, 2 more times. And 1 more time. And lower it back down. Good, lower the hips. So make sure you're not sinking and hanging out into this bottom shoulder and elbow. You're staying lifted away from the floor. Top leg straightens out. And you're going to lift that leg up to hip height and lower down. Okay, so you're making sure you're not shortening here and sinking in. You're keeping both sides of the waist nice and long. You're hinging at this hip crease. Your knee and your toes are pointing forward. Belly's drawn back towards the spine. And exhale. Good, 2 more times. Last time. Nice job. So you can finish up with a Piriformis stretch, some basking seal. Good, Piriformis stretch just as a reminder. Laying on the back, ankle crossed over the knee, and loop your hands through. Hug it in, and you can use your elbow against your thigh to kind of push it away, get a deeper stretch. And just rock side to side a little bit. Good, go ahead and switch sides. Loop the arms through, press the knee away, and just rock it side to side. Good. Nice job. Go ahead and hug the knees in. And make your way up.